Well, people seem to like the last time I did this, so prepare to lose some of your mental health because today we're going through some more old MCU theories. Well, this one was pretty recent, wasn't it? I don't know if you were there, but there was so much speculation that Tom Cruise would be suiting up as Superior Iron Man to appear in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. This is because apparently Tom Cruise was the first original choice to play Tony Stark in Iron Man 1. Listen, did it turn out for the better? Well, Tom Cruise would have obviously been a good Tony Stark. He's got the charisma, he's got the snarkiness. But I think I speak for the majority here when I say that we're pretty satisfied with what Robert Downey Jr. ended up bringing to the role instead. Anyway, Marvel was just hyping up Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness to be like the ultimate collision course of everything Marvel and just be like, whoa, holy crap, they actually brought him in. Oh my god, this is the first time we've seen this character in live action. It's been 30 years since we've seen this character. Oh my god. And instead, we got the Illuminati of Earth, whatever the fuck. I mean, they pretty much showed everyone except Reed Richards and Black Bolt in the trailers, but it was pretty cool. But if you know Marvel's Illuminati from the comics, it's pretty obvious that there's someone missing from this movie's Illuminati. And that's Iron Man. And that's where the shitstorm happened. So Tom Cruise happened to be filming a Mission Impossible movie in the same area that Doctor Strange was being filmed, so obviously speculations ran rampant. And then this teaser came out. Oh my god, it's Superior Iron Man. Oh my god, holy shit, I'm gonna throw up. Listen, I can kind of see this, okay? I'm not gonna be too harsh on this. But if you look at the hips, that ain't no Tom Cruise, bro. Tom Cruise is a lot of things, okay? He's an actor, he's a stuntman, he's a Scientologist, he cares about his employees in the film industry.
Tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down. It's not gonna put food on their table. Pay for their college education.
But he ain't got no hips like that, man. Would it have been cool to see Tom Cruise appear as Iron Man? Well, yeah, obviously. Well, with Secret Wars coming out, Marvel will probably pay 30 mil for a Tom Cruise cameo scene for Tom Cruise Iron Man to get killed by Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. I mean Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom. Sorry, I don't know why I keep making that mistake. They clearly said that he's gonna be playing Victor Von Doom and not an Iron Man variant. My bad. I stand corrected.
I like playing complicated characters.
Well, this theory was a popular one. So there was a theory for the longest time that the locations for each Infinity Stone would spell out the name Thanos. How, you ask? Let's break it down, shall we? So first we have T in Tesseract for the Space Stone, then we have H, then we have A in Aether for the Reality Stone, then we have N in Necklace for the Time Stone, then we have O in Orb for the Power Stone, and finally we have S in Scepter for the Mind Stone. Now, I don't think I have to say out loud why this theory was dumb as shit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Alright, why were we acting like Thanos was a machine invented by OpenAI? Like, it's just a name, people. It doesn't have to stand for anything. And this anagram shit was just so malleable, you could just make anything make sense with this theory. Like, everyone was saying Eye of Agamotto was Necklace. What the fuck? That's a reach and a half. Also, don't worry, I didn't forget that we just skipped over what H stood for to get the Soul Stone. Because when we found out that Cliff started with C and not a H in Infinity War, these people were like, what theory I was talking about? What do you mean I said that Thanos stood for all the Infinity Stones? What? Shut up, I didn't say anything like that. No, you're wrong, I didn't say anything like that, okay? I didn't. But even after Infinity War came out, I was still seeing shit like, oh my god, it was right there all along, guys. It was so obvious. How could we not see this? Red Skull guarding the Soul Stone? Come on. H, hello? H stood for Hydra. Oh my god, I just wanted these people to shut up before I just walked over to them and just shit on their chest. There are also people saying that H stood for heart because Gamora was Thanos' heart or whatever the fuck. Man, fuck this shit. However, before Infinity War came out, there was one solid H theory that these sweaty nerds were pretty much set on as fact. Yeah, so H was gonna stand for Heimdall. I'm not gonna make too much fun of this because if you consider everything in the context and the story, it kinda does make sense, but like Heimdall can see every soul in all the realms, I get it, don't worry. I mean, looking back, I can imagine these people in the theaters watching Infinity War and just seeing Thanos approach Heimdall and being like, look, Thanos is about to take the Soul Stone from Heimdall, look, watch this, I told you. And then Heimdall just ended up dying regularly and they were like, I didn't get it. I don't understand. Where's the Soul Stone? Where is it? I mean, if Heimdall did have the Soul Stone in him, that would have been a brutal death sequence. That would have had to be like out of focus or just off camera. It's like Vision's death scene, except with an actual guy, and that's basically a Mortal Kombat fatality. Alright, listen, if you're actually tired of hearing about the Soul Stone, so am I, okay? But that's too bad, because the next theory is about... This theory was actually a theory I thought was possible. I know, what an idiot. But let me explain why this theory made sense. So a meteor came from outer space into Wakanda and landed deep in its ground. Wakanda's soils and plants are now magically empowered, and the chosen few who can digest the Black Panther potion thing, they can travel to the ancestral plane and interact with the souls of the past Black Panthers. Plus, in the Infinity War trailers, there's a huge fight going on in Wakanda. I wonder why. Maybe it's because there's the one remaining Infinity Stone left, and it's right there. So yeah, fuck you, okay? This theory wasn't awful, and I'm proud that I entertained the thought that this theory could have been true. But if this theory was true, that would just be way too many Infinity Stones located on Earth. Like, come on, you're telling me there's a whole universe with galaxies and shit, and different systems and alien races, and you're telling me that 4 of these Infinity Stones would have been on Earth? Give me a break. You think you're tired of Infinity Stone theories? I'm the one who has to chew this shit up and spit it out for you, okay? So after the snap, half the population died. Supposedly. It wouldn't be too long before people started asking, did these people actually die or were they just move? So in the end credit scene or the mid credit scene or whatever in Ant-Man and Wasp, we see Ant-Man in the quantum realm, and before he can get back out, Hank, Hope, and Jen are all snapped away. But I want you to look closely at what happens when a snap is occurring. There are these little embers in the background that start appearing, and they start flying everywhere, and they start going fucking crazy. These little embers appearing up in the quantum realm were obviously the souls of everyone that was snapped away. Okay, well, looking at the scene with this context in mind, it kind of does make sense. I mean, when the whole thing is when you have all the Infinity Stones, you can have whatever you want, I'd feel a bit scammed if this was the case. Like, imagine working your ass off for 1,000 years to get all these Infinity Stones to kill half of everyone, but it doesn't actually kill half of them, it just sends them to the quantum realm. I guess going this way would have made Ant-Man a more prominent player in Endgame, but he was already pretty much a pivotal character in that. Like, he fucking helped invent time travel. Honest to God, after the last time I covered MCU theories, I thought there was no more Mephisto bullshit that I had left to step on, but here we are somehow. After getting blue-balled in WandaVision, of course some people just had to say that Mephisto would appear in No Way Home as Doctor Strange. This was because Doctor Strange was supposedly acting strange in trailers and obviously just fucking up in total, so this meant that he was Mephisto. Listen, yes, Doctor Strange was an idiot in that movie, I don't know why they wrote him that way, but to bring up Mephisto again? Fuck you! And I guess the premise of this theory was that No Way Home was actually going to adapt the One More Day Spider-Man storyline, aka that one Spider-Man storyline that everyone considers to be the worst Spider-Man story of all time. I mean, in a way, it kind of was an adaptation of One More Day, because by the end of the movie, Peter and MJ are no longer together and everyone forgot that Peter was Spider-Man. But that is no excuse, okay? I refuse to let that be a justification to bring up Mephisto again. And at the time of filming this, Agatha's about to start up, and boy, can you just tell that I'm fucking jazzed for all the Mephisto theories to come back out again? If anyone watches it, that is. I'll be tuning in though. Anyways, if we had Tom Holland Spider-Man, all the old villains from the Raimi and Garfield movies, and we had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Doctor Strange and Mephisto, that's a bit too much. I mean, I know they were changing the script while they were filming anyway, so they probably would have made it work somehow, but yeah, I don't know. That movie was already like, it was pushing it already, okay? Let's chill out. Alright, well this is interesting. So I think we all thought it was sort of weird that Adrian Toomes, a classic family blue-collar man, was able to pilot this fucking giant bird exoskeleton. Also, he had an aviator jacket as part of his costume, so I guess that could point to him having had actual experience piloting in an Air Force or something. What kind of Air Force piloting, you ask? The kind of piloting that requires to wear a fucking experimental wing jetpack and just zip through everywhere. That kind of sounds like Falcon. Oh my god. They were probably part of the same program. But this theory gets kind of wonky when you consider the fact that there was an 8-year time jump for Adrian Toomes to learn how to use the suit. And in case you didn't know, 8 years is a long ass fucking time to learn how to use something. Like, no military experience is really required. Also, there's not that much of a similarity between these characters apart from just wings. Like, Falcon's wings came from S.H.I.E.L.D. or the military or whatever, and Vulture's wings were made out of alien technology. But I'll be fair, that doesn't really discount the fact that Adrian Toomes could have been part of the same Falcon program, just way earlier. I actually think that would be a pretty cool connection to make, but at this point, I don't know how they'll be able to do that naturally. Especially with how Vulture is now stuck in the Morbius Venom universe, which is a fate worse than death. I mean, it would be a pretty interesting fight between MCU Vulture and MCU Falcon. And by interesting, I mean hilariously short when Falcon pulls out his Uzi or whatever and just guns down Vulture immediately. Well, I hope you enjoyed those MCU theories once again. Make sure to check out part 1 if you haven't seen that. Check out my Instagram, AndayLee. Check out my Letterboxd, AndayLee. Check out my second channel, The Anday Life, for random vlogs and videos. And I'll see you next week. See ya.
10-1-5 in the open night. I can't help that I feel so lonely. How many times do I have to die when I lie trying to